What's good, people? It's about that time to randomly relate reverse rants, no hate. So I watched the Derrick Chisora Kubrat Pulev press conference. Um, y'all know I like to I just call it like I see it. It's not about trying to shoot something down, but this press conference was boring as hell, man. Um, Initially, it was supposed to be Derek Chisora versus Adam Kalnaki. Kalnaki pulled out the fight, so Kubrat Pulev was the guy that replaced Kalnaki. Now, Kubrat Pulev is assuring that he's going to be better this time. He's focused. He feels like he's a fantastic fighter, and he started to make excuses about why he lost to AJ. You remember this guy? It was Tomato, I show you, right? Well, this time around, he's saying that he's healthy and he's prepared. He said he wasn't properly prepared when he fought AJ. Okay, so which most fighters do, make excuses about why they lost their last fight, and they'll say this time is going to be completely different. Derek Chisora is promising he's going to stop him, and Pulev is saying, how could you guarantee that? How do you know? He says that everything now, everybody talk, not just in boxing, but in everything. I agree with him on that. Definitely. I feel like people just talk. They just love to hear their own voice. But that being said, Pulev and Derek Chisora are guys who are pretty much, I think, I felt like Derek Chisora definitely had a chance to beat Kalnaki. And with Pulev, same thing, because there are other fighters that are better than both of them, better than Kalnaki and better than Pulev. So looking at Chisora's chances of winning, I mean, maybe he wins, maybe he doesn't. We don't know. We'll see. Um, Derek Chisora has a lot of wear and tear. Derek Chisora has a lot of losses. There are other fighters that are better than Pulev. So what I'm saying is, I feel like these guys are in the same seat. Now, one of them is going to prove to be better than the other, however it goes. But the build up, there's no real build up to this fight. Pulev is a replacement, like I said, and man, I was sitting here like nodding off, like watching it, like, okay. Now, I don't like, excuse me, I don't need a bunch of crazy yelling, screaming, throwing chairs across the table, and that. This this conference, just press conference, just didn't have anything to it, man. Like it was like I watched it, and I found myself disinterested. But anyway, Derek Chisora cannot afford another loss, man. In a way, if he fights, even if he lose, but let's say it's a fight that he lose by, but he goes all out in the fight, then it's just the same old story. He tried, he fought hard, and he came up short. Derek Chisora clearly has no, he doesn't care about being world champion. He said it's about his fans. I think deep down inside he knows that he'll never be in title contention again. No one sees him as being worthy of fighting for a title. They just look at him and say he fights hard, he tries, and he has become complacent. I remember with that position, and I remember he was being interviewed by someone, and he was talking about boxing. He said he needs to learn how to box. He knows how to fight, but he wants to learn how to box. But that's not what Derek Chisora has interest in the ring. He likes to go in there and just, what he calls going to war. But when you have become complacent in a particular position in your mind, you are aware that, well, I only know one way. Then you don't sound like a champion. You know, they fought the first time in Bulgaria, and they did what they did. I remember the fight, and I mean, they fought. Derek Chisora lost, but he's saying that he'd be different this time, and then he's going to stop Pulev. And fighters say a whole lot of things that don't come into fruition. Regardless of who wins, to me, it's just a fight. I don't really see anything big happening for either fighter. Regardless of how they look against each other. Maybe someone might fight one. Who knows? I don't know. You never know. You never know in boxing. But in terms of popularity, they're saying like Derrick Chisora is well known, Pulev is well known. Okay, every fighter's not going to get 5 to 10 million pay-per-view buys. Every you know fighter's not going to pack arenas out. Some people can do it in their country in certain places, but whether it's America or anywhere else, but not to the point where they can just go to the world and everybody's packing out arenas. And it's no different with these two. So to me, this is just a heavyweight fight that's happening. I really, even Derrick was saying, "What's the plan? What's the purpose? What's the plan? What is?" To me, it's just another fight. Does it mean anything? I mean, maybe one of these guys may wind up fighting, you know, the winner of a Daniel Dubois Trevor Bryant fight. Maybe one of those guys may fight one of them. I don't see them really fighting definitely for undisputed. Definitely I don't see any of these guys fighting. I mean, a rematch with Usyk or AJ or however whatever. Like any of these guys, I don't really see any real interest in these two guys. So it is what it is, man. I started not to even do it. I mean, it's boxing. I watched the press conference and it was like, okay. But I started not to even talk about this one because it was just really a dull, dull thing. And there's not much to really say about either guy, man. I mean, we know Chisora has been durable. We saw Pulev where he turned around and ran and the ref could have stopped it for that reason alone. And he ended up getting, knocked out in the 10th round, I think it was by AJ. But either way, just it's just another heavyweight fight. I don't really see what it does for either fighter. Again, unless maybe like I said, a Trevor Bryant or Dubois after their fight, whoever wins that, maybe they'll get in there with somebody like F.A. Job. Who knows? I don't know. Joseph Parker, maybe. I don't know, man. But anyway, tell me what y'all think about Kubrat Pulev versus Derrick Chisora. Are you interested in that fight? Is it a fight you really want to see? Even if it's a good fight, what do you think either guy goes from here? Let me know in the comments. Never fall in love with lies. Remember, the truth brings hate out of people, and I'll catch y'all on the next video.